This video will go over the review and reflect associated with the topic of related rates. The following problems should be placed in your interactive notebook on page 69. You may want to pause the video here in order to try solving the review problems, as you should be able to do these on your own. Continue the video when you are ready to see the solutions. If y is equal to the inverse cosine of 2x, our job is to find y prime. For this problem, we will need the chain rule as well as a derivative of inverse cosine function. The inside function will be u is equal to 2x, and the derivative of u is equal to 2. The outside function is y is equal to the inverse cosine of u, and y prime is negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus u squared. Therefore, the derivative of y is y prime is equal to negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus, in parentheses, 2x squared times 2. Remember, the 2 is from the chain rule. Simplifying, we get negative 2 over the square root of 1 minus 4x squared. For problem number 2, if f of x is the inverse cotangent of x on the domain of negative infinity to positive infinity, which of the following is true? Notice that all the statements a, b, and c involve the derivative of f, so we need to see about the derivative of the inverse cotangent function. From our formulas, we know that f prime is negative 1 over the quantity of x squared plus 1. We know that the denominator will always be positive, as x squared will always be positive, and then plus 1 will also be positive. So the entire fraction will be negative because of the negative 1 in the numerator. This tells us that the derivative of the inverse cotangent function will always be negative, so only B is correct. The reflect for page 69 will be the following: to state one positive thing about related rates, to state one negative thing about related rates, to state one interesting thing about related rates, and to state one question you may have about related rates. You may want to email me your question so that I may answer it as soon as possible. Along with the YouTube video that will explain related rates, I have included a handout that contains all the examples that the video will cover. Before beginning the related rates video, you may want to read and cut the following statements and procedures and place them in your notebook on page 70. Starting on page 70, cut and tape example problems you want to keep in your notebook. You are welcome to keep all the examples in your notebook and continue labeling pages until you get to page 72. After page 72, label the pages as EX until you have completed all the examples. You can have as many EX pages as you need. This concludes this video.